This is a definition frame on the quadratic formula by Chris Rezakowski. What is actually being defined? What is being defined is the quadratic formula. To which general category does the item belong? The quadratic formula is a tool that we use in algebra, and it's used to solve for roots, zeros, or solutions, which all three are really the same thing, just really different applications or different words for the same thing, which is your overall answer based upon what the question is that is being asked. But the quadratic formula can do all three of those things in its entirety. What characteristics separate the item from the other things in the general category? The quadratic formula can take any quadratic expression and find solutions that are real or imaginary. So we have two types of solutions, or two types of numbers in our math world, real or imaginary overall. And the quadratic formula can either give you a real or imaginary solutions. So really all solutions that are possible in the problem. Other methods of solving quadratic equations need to meet certain criteria in order to work. So they need certain things to line up in order for you to even be able to use them. Whereas a quadratic formula can use any quadratic expression. As long as it is a quadratic expression, it can work, and it can give you all the solutions that are within it. Other methods may only be able to give you real solutions. What are some different types or classes of the item being defined? Factoring method is another choice, graphing is another possible way, and completing the square are all different methods or different types of ways to also solve quadratic expressions. But again, these require certain criteria. Not all of them will always work in any situation. The quadratic equation the quadratic formula will always work in any quadratic expression or quadratic equation. In summary, the quadratic formula is a tool used to solve quadratic equations. Other examples of solving quadratic equations are graphing, factoring, or completing the square. These methods require specific criteria in order to be useful. That is the quadratic formula.